Hi everybody, it's Claire from handmadearts.co.uk, and today I want to talk to you about one of my favourite kits. So you can find the kits on page 202 and 203 of the catalogue. There are 3 kits. There's a new one, which is the Looking Up card kit, which makes 15 cards, and then there's 2 older ones, Notes of Kindness card kit and Lots of Happy card kit. So these have been in the catalogue for at least the last year, so they're carrying on until next June, or probably May, but we'll find out when they're going to retire. Anyway, I'm babbling. You'll notice that I have highlighted them. That means I've got them. So I've got the Notes of Kindness card kit and Lots of Happy card kit, and the video for the Notes of Kindness is linked in below. So what I love about these kits is they have everything that you need to be able to make the cards that are absolutely stunning. So you get the embellishments, the stamps, the inks, the envelopes, the paper, and the card bases. And a bonus that I love about this Lots of Happy card kit is you also get a packet of watercolour watercolour pencils. So you get to practice what you're doing before, and you can decide whether that medium's for you. And it is so much fun and it's so easy. So you can find it on 203. It creates 20 cards, 4 of each of 5 designs. And it uses the stamp set. Now, of course, the stamp sets are also amazing because you can keep them and use them on future cards. And also normally in these kits, quite a few of the embellishments, there is more than actually you need to make the cards. So you can carry those over onto other cards as well. And it is either a perfect way to start your crafting collection, or alternatively a perfect way to create and send your own cards if you're short of space, because you don't need lots and lots of items to make these cards. And actually in some ways it's quite, I wouldn't say economical, but you're getting 20 cards for £33. Now if you went to a card shop and said I want 20 handmade cards, I think they might charge you more than £33, and you've still got the other items to be able to make more cards or future cards if you so choose, if you add in some note cards, etc. Right, okay, so I said that it's got everything that you need to make all the cards. Actually, that's not true. You don't have everything. There are a few things that you need to add. So with the sheesh, I've forgotten what the name is. So with the Lots of Happy card kit, there are 3 or 4 things that you need, and it depends. So you will need some liquid glue. Please do not go to one of your bargain shops and pick up some PVC glue. It wrecks the paper. Well, it doesn't wreck the paper, it just makes it plith a bit. So if you are going to go for glue, go for Tombow, which you can buy via my shop, or go and look in another location for some craft glue, rather than going for the cheap glue, because I don't want you to ruin your cards. Okay, you will also need a pair of scissors. So it doesn't have to be a pair of craft scissors, it can be any scissors. We've all got them, they all work. I'm sure we've got borrowers. So these are fab for cutting up bits and pieces. Now Stampin' Up do have an amazing pair of scissors which you can find, and they are called paper snips, but any pair of scissors will do. So the good thing about paper snips is they are super sharp, which is why they come in a case, and you can fussy cut with them amazingly. And if you're not sure what fussy cut means, it basically means that you go round a shape quite close to the edge and cut it out. Now you can of course get other machines that will do that other than yourself. So we've got glue and then we've got scissors. The other thing that you will need for this set, the Lots of Happy set, is a blender pen. Now we're using watercolour pencils, but we're not using watercolour paper. So they recommend not to use a traditional water brush, but to use a blender pen. So these are available from Stampin' Up, and if you buy a Lots of Happy card kit from me via my store, I will send you a blender pen for free. Now this offer only goes if you live in the United Kingdom, and it only runs until the end of April 2020, and you have to buy the Happy Card kit from my shop, and you have to tick that I can have contact with you. If you tick no contact, I cannot send you this free item. So the terms and conditions are linked in below, and there's also a blog post about this, and that will mean that you can carry on for free. So if you can't buy it off me, or if you've already bought it, then you will need a blender pen. And then the other item that I recommend for all kits is this. So this is an absolutely fabulous bone folder. So it helps you with your burnishing. So I'm going to give you an example. This side here was used using a bone folder. This side here was not using a bone folder. So you'll see it's lumpy and it's not perfect. So you want a bone folder to be able to correct everything. So those are the items that you need extra. So everything else is in the kit. So let's bring in our kit. So this is the absolutely gorgeous Lots of Happy kit. So the kit contains some Stampin' Dimensionals to make your pop. It contains some green ribbon. It contains 4 pencils, watercolour pencils. So we have got Flirty Flamingo, Old Olive, green, and Rich Raspberry. Then we have got some stamps, which are absolutely gorgeous. So if I get a piece of white paper, let's bring this in. So this is sending you lots and lots of happy. Here's to the happiest birthday yet. Thanks for being a friend. Thank you. I'm always here for you. You deserve the best life has to offer. And then we've got 2 flowers. So this is stunning. And again, you can keep that afterwards, and you can keep it anywhere, keep it safely in a box and carry on using that. You have got a block. So these blocks do differ from our normal blocks that you can buy from the catalogue. This is a normal block. It's thick and it's quite sturdy and you can hold on. This is still perfect for stamping. You still can stamp perfectly with this. And then in here you've got the envelopes that you need to send out to people. You've got all the items that you need to make the cards. So you've got pieces of card, you've got the card bases, you've got more envelopes with some fab closures, you've got card bases in different shapes, and cards again. Then you've got all the bits to go on to the card. So these are the toppers, and these punch out, so you just press them through. Carry on going. So again, we've got more envelopes. You've got a stamping spot. So this is an archival stamping spot. So this you can use to watercolour. More card bases. Got the vellum elements. Some more cutout elements. We've got stickers. You've got instructions. So when you get yours will be enclosed in plastic. I've taken mine out already. And the instructions are generally on the back of the cardboard. And then you've got some more sorry, I just knocked it. So you've got some more cutouts, and then you've got some more cutouts for the card itself, which you can colour in. And this is absolutely stunning. Keep going. And it keeps going on and on. And then you've got some gold foil elements, which are stickers. Nope, they're not. They're cutouts. So normally what would happen is that would all be in plastic on this cardboard sheet. So let's get this cardboard sheet out. So it would come in a package, and then the instructions would be behind this cardboard sheet. And so the instructions will contain everything you need to make all 5 cards, and it's in lots of different languages. So it's in English, French, German and Japanese. And then it's got instructions, step-by-step instructions, so it'll tell you to stamp, then to layer up and what to put behind each part, and which bits to colour. So it's absolutely gorgeous. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So let's take that to the side. So let's go through some tips and tricks. My first thing would be that when you are making a card, take everything that you want to make that card out of the box at the same time. So say for example, I am making this card, I would take the base, the stripes and the 2 bits off and the cutout and take it all away, and then I would put that together. So I would put it all together in the envelope. So for example, for that one, using one of these big card bases, I would fold it carefully. I would use my bone folder. Then I would get the big envelope here, and in here I would pop my base card. I would take the pop out, pop this in here, and then I would take one of these large pieces, so this wants to go in here as well, and then I would go to the back and I would pop off this. So it's really simple, and that's just so I make sure that I know that I have everything in the envelope. And I also need a piece of gold, so I would go to where my gold bits are, which is right at the bottom, and do I need a piece of gold? No, I don't need a piece of gold. So I'm saying if you need a piece of gold, it's actually ribbon. So I would also then find the ribbon, which is beyond me here, and put that in there as well. So I've got everything in my envelope that I need to make this card. But before you even do all that, you want to practice. So what do I mean by you want to practice? So what I mean is you want to practice stamping. So I'm going to put this all back in the box and I'm going to leave these out. And I'm going to bring in my cube and I'm going to open this up. So it comes in its own little package. These blocks are fabulous to take travelling with you, but don't get on a plane with them. Got to stop doing that. Okay, so let's go for, I want to practice colouring as well, so I'm just going to go for this little flower. So this little flower, I'm going to add it onto my block, I'm going to press down, so there we go, it's perfect. So I'm going to bring in some copy paper, she says. It's actually some of this that I was using earlier. And I'm going to ink up my stamp. And then press down and you're holding. So rose is beautiful, rose is beautiful, rose is beautiful. And then you're going to pull up. So we have a gorgeous, gorgeous flower. So what you want to do is you want to practice stamping with every single one of the stamps. There's 2 reasons for it. When stamps are made, they sometimes have a coating on, and I'm just taking a normal chamois. So this is the chamois from a pound shop, and I'm just clearing off my ink. Now I'm using this to show you that you can use simple items, that you don't need to collect lots of things at once. You can also then use your stamp cleaner, which comes from Stampin' Up, if you have one, or any waterproof based stamp cleaner. And then you can use a chamois. So this is a Simply chamois, so it does exactly the same job as the other one. So yours will not look like this. For one, it will be purple, and for two, it will be a rectangle. However, I have a very naughty Labrador who decided to eat my chamois. And I just store mine in one of the DVD boxes, and I also tend to store my stamps in them as well. So I think that's got all the ink I can get off of it. And what I'm going to just do is stamp down, and it's perfectly clear. So although it looks a bit dirty, there's no ink left on there. So you want to do that with all the stamps to make sure that there's no residue on them, and also so that you know how to stamp up and down, but also so you know how to hold them. But also sometimes it's to practice. So those Stampin' Up are very nice, and they do give you a few cutouts, and there are two sides to every piece of paper. You want to practice stamping them down first. So for example here I've missed bits out, so I can go back and try again. So I want you to have the best experience, and I want you to be able to use these and make gorgeous items. But see, this one is better than this one. So this one isn't quite dry yet, so don't smudge it. So this is the other thing. If you are watercolouring onto this ink, you want to leave it to dry before you start colouring. So the colouring is really rather simple. Actually, before I start colouring, I'm going to clean off this stamp. So there are a number of things you can do to clean off a stamp. First thing I would recommend is just smudging it. So basically what you're doing is you are getting as much ink as you can off your stamp. Obviously not on the piece of paper that you're making things from. So next thing I'm going to do is take a baby wipe, and I'm not going to wipe my stamp, I'm just wiping my block around my stamp, just to make sure that that's clean. Do not use baby wipes on your stamps. There is a reason for that, and that is that the baby wipe contains fibres, and the fibres will come off on your stamp. So I'm just taking my chamois and just pressing it down and rubbing it off. So let's see, is there any... Nope, that's clean. So just to double check, I'm going to spray it with spray, and then use the Simply chamois. The Simply chamois is fab. Obviously it's tasty as well, since the Labrador seems to think so. It's really good for cleaning, but it's not something you need straight away, which is why using a chamois from a pound shop means that you can decide whether you like stamping or not. Right, so I'm going to put this back on, and I'm just going to do one more stamp. So I'm going to do this "We're Here For You." So the grid paper is fab for lining things up, but you can just eyeball it if you want to. So let's go for this last one. So let's go up here. And this is what I meant about pressure. So here I've not stamped properly. So I'm making sure that I have inked it up. Do a bit of a twist. Oopsie. And knocked it down. Rose is beautiful, rose is beautiful, rose is beautiful. And that's better. But now what I've done, if you've seen, I've now made it, because I pressed down too hard, I have made the stamp bleed. So that's what I mean about practicing. So I'm going to stop embarrassing myself, but we all do it. And I am just going to clean this off quickly. Nope, still some ink on. That's better. So I'm going to clean this off quickly and put it away, and then I'm just going to show you quickly how I colour. So this is a really quick, I'm not going to say quick and dirty because I always get into trouble for that. So I'm just going to put this ink pad lid on. So I would recommend that you put your lid on. If you're anything like me, I will put my arm in it, I will put other items in it. I have been known to put other things in. So first thing I'm going to do is colour in this flower, and all you want to do is go around gently in circles. And just play. So nothing is wrong, everything is fab. So I'm going to bring in my blender pen, and I'm just going to blend this side in. You just need to run it over. And there we go. And then I'm going to colour in the flower itself. So I'm going to go Flirty Flamingo. And I'm just going to go around in circles. Very lightly. So you don't really want to leave any rough bits. So I'm just going to go round and round in circles. Like so. And then I want a darker centre. So I'm just going to quickly colour in that with Rich Raspberry. And then I am just going to go over. So it's really quick, really simple. Anyone can do it. It's not hard, but it looks quite cute. So those are a few tips. Let's bring back in, and I love these pencils. And actually I have been using these pencils as a mini watercolour kit. So I've been taking them to places, and they are absolutely fabulous. And there are so many different things you can actually colour in. So I coloured in the lovely lattice with these in a while ago. And so this is the kit. It's absolutely fabulous. As I said, I will send you a blender pen if you buy this kit from my shop. So the details are linked in below, but you will need to, so that I can contact you. And it has to be my shop, and it has to be before the end of April 2020. So thank you very much for pressing play on the video today. And I hope this has been helpful, she says, trying to put them back into a packet. If you've got any questions, you can contact me, you can email me below. So my email is claire@handmadeathudsons.co.uk. You can find me on the Tinterweb, handmadeathudsons.co.uk. You can find me on Facebook, Handmade at Hudson's. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to contact me, or you can contact me via the comments below. Thanks very much for pressing play on the video today, and I hope that you enjoy this kit as much as I do. Thanks, bye.